If you've ever used a tape measure while assembling furniture, hanging a picture, or working on a construction project, you've probably noticed something that most people never question. Why are tape measures almost always yellow? After all, they could have been blue, white, silver, or even black. Yet for decades, the bright yellow tape has become the standard in workshops, construction sites, and homes around the world. So today, let's uncover why are tape measures yellow, and why that familiar color has survived for generations. As it turns out, this wasn't simply a design choice. The color of a tape measure is tied to visibility, safety, manufacture, and even the history of modern construction. Let's get into it. Long before tape measures existed, people still needed accurate ways to measure things. Ancient civilizations used ropes, sticks, chains, and even body parts like hands, feet, and cubits. The Egyptians used measuring rods to build pyramids, while the Romans relied on standardized units for roads and building. These tools worked well enough for their time, but they had one major problem. They weren't portable or flexible. Carrying around long wooden rulers or measuring rods wasn't practical for everyday builders. As architecture became more complex during the Industrial Revolution, workers needed something lighter, smaller, and much more convenient. The first modern tape measure appeared during the 19th century. One of the earliest versions was patented in the late 1860s after an inventor noticed how flexible metal strips could be rolled into a compact case. Instead of carrying a rigid ruler several feet long, workers could now carry a coiled strip of spring steel that extended when needed and rolled back into its case afterward. It quickly became one of the most useful inventions for carpenters, engineers, architects, and homeowners alike. But these early tape measures didn't necessarily have the bright yellow blade we recognize today. Many early tape measures had polished steel blades. Some were left in their natural metallic color, while others were painted white or coated with clear finishes. Although these versions worked perfectly fine, they introduced a new problem. Reading the markings wasn't always easy. Metal surfaces reflected sunlight, creating glare outdoors. Indoors, poor lighting made the engraved numbers difficult to see. Workers often had to tilt the tape just to read the measurements accurately. Manufacturers soon realized that changing the background color could dramatically improve readability. Why yellow was the perfect choice? Yellow turned out to be one of the easiest colors for the human eye to notice. Our eyes are especially sensitive to yellow because it reflects a large amount of visible light. Even from a distance, yellow stands out against wood, concrete, drywall, grass, dirt, and most building material. This high visibility made reading measurements much faster. Instead of squinting at tiny black markings on shiny steel, workers could immediately see crisp, black numbers printed on a bright yellow background. The contrast was excellent. That simple improvement reduced eye strain and helped workers measure more efficiently throughout the day. A yellow tape measure is easier to spot if it's lying on the ground, resting on lumber, or hanging from a workbench. Instead of accidentally stepping on it or losing it among building materials, workers could find it much faster. While the blade itself wasn't designed as a safety device, its visibility certainly made the workplace more efficient and a little safer. Although yellow dominates the market, it's certainly not the only color available. Some companies produce white tape blades for architects who need especially crisp markings. Others make black blades with white lettering for high-end specialty tools. Thank you for watching. If you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution.